monster. Damn, damn, damn. When I say monster, you say damn, monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say damn, monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the monster.
Hartford, this is Monster Jam.
Monster Jam fans, it is now time for the very first competition of the event, JCB Racing. Our 8 Monster Jam superstars have been seeded into a bracket based on a random draw. The winners of this round will advance to the semifinals and be that much closer to the racing win. So I've got one question to kick this thing off. Who's ready for JCB Racing?
Up first in the left lane, let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He faces off against his opponent, Montana Robbins, in Plain Crazy. Just yesterday, it was Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy who walked away with that JCB Racing win. He was able to make it past this first round of racing, past the semifinals, and even past that final round. Will today be a repeat of his success, or will John Zimmer Jr. move on? Your winner is Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Once again, advancing on from that race is Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. And you see Terminal Velocity falling victim to that cardinal role here in the JCB Racing competition. If at any point any driver is to knock that Monster Jam turn cone out of its flowered parameter, that is an immediate disqualification for that driver. So it means that you're gonna have to stay so technical during these race passes, tight to the pod, but not tight enough to mark over or knock that turn cone out of its parameter. In the left lane, let's hear it for John Zimmer in Megalodon. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. Our first event here in Hartford, it was MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco to take the win in the JCB Racing competition. But we've seen John Zimmer in Megalodon make it to the finals before. Who will it be today? That looks like a race too close to call. We've got to turn to our official Monster Jam Super Glue, glued to the action replay, and our Monster Jam officials to determine whose two BKT tires crossed that finish line first. A battle of the beast, El Toro Loco versus Megalodon. A close race indeed. So much speed on this first pass. It's a tough call, Hartford. I just got word, advancing on to the semifinal round, John Zimmer in Megalodon. Next matchup ready to go in the left lane. Make some noise for Trey Robbins in a Crazy Train. In the right lane, make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon. These two battle it out. Triton Robbins in Crazy Train, the dark horse, dare I say, in his second season, second generation driver, technically skilled, up against one of the best there is. Your winner is Cody Saucier in Dragon. We've made our way to the final matchup in the left lane. Let's hear it for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Taking on her opponent in the right lane, Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. A little bit of a cinematic matchup here as you've got the truck that started it all and one of the newest members of the Monster Jam family. Your winner is Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger.
Hartford, are you guys enjoying racing? We started with 8 Monster Jam superstars, and now we're down to the fastest final 4. These two have battled the track, they've battled each other, they've battled truck issues, and they've made it this far into the second round. The winners of this round will move on to the finals and be that much closer to the racing win, to the top spot in the leaderboard for the first 8 points of the event. And they're gonna need your support. So Hartford, who's ready for the JCB semifinals?
Here you have it, a great matchup for the first matchup of the semifinal round. We've got Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy, who took the JCB Racing win yesterday, up against John Zimmer in Megalodon, one of the seasoned drivers that we've got here, a veteran. Who will it be? Your winner is John Zimmer in Megalodon. Megalodon's John Zimmer secures his spot in the final round of racing, which means he has got a shot at the first 8 points available to the winner of the JCB Racing competition. But who will he face off against in the final round? It'll be one of these two drivers. Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger goes head-to-head with Cody Saucier in Dragon. We've seen plenty of racing success from Cody Saucier in Dragon so far, with 16 JCB wins this season in the competition. Your winner is Cody Saucier in Dragon.
Hartford, this is it. This is the racing finals. The winner of this round will take the racing win and the top spot on our leaderboard. So we've got one more time to hear from you guys during racing. Who's ready to meet your racing finals contenders?
It's his 21st season from Howell, Michigan. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon. He takes on his opponent with a racing record of 42-13. He's made it to the finals 3 times. Make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon. Well, you heard me say it, Cody Saucier 3 times in the final round of JCB Racing right here in Hartford. John Zimmer in Megalodon, a veteran, a technician, but this would be his first JCB Racing win of the season. I don't know, Hartford. That looks too close to call. We've got to turn to the super glue. Glued to the action replay. It all comes down to this. And we just got word. Your winner, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Cody Saucier in Dragon takes the first points available to that competition win. A celebratory ride to the top of the pod, and of course, climbs to the top of that leaderboard. You know this victory felt very sweet for this young man as he's made it to the JCB Racing Finals, all 3 events. But this is the first time he's walking away with the win. Hartford, keep up that noise. Your first competition winner, Cody Saucier in Dragon.
Cody, you are no stranger to the finals, and you're no stranger to winning this competition, but it has been a hard-fought battle every time, and now you are on top once again during racing.
Dude, I'm telling you what, it looks simple out here. This is the most I think I've ever had to wheel in an arena. The ruts are so bad. JCB Dirt Crews, they're doing a great job, but man, this dirt is so unpredictable, but couldn't ask for a better final round with one of my longtime friends, my old roommate, John Zimmer. I love that dude like an older brother. We're just big guys having fun out here, man.
Honestly, for all of the hardcores, that was an awesome matchup to get the chance to see in the finals. You talked about the track. It is very, very tricky. What are you going to have to do to stay composed during the rest of the competition? Look at this guy. You almost got him. What are you going to have to do to maintain your cool, calm, and collectedness during this track?
Carlos, I'm glad racing's over. The hard work is done. We're done racing all weekend. That was stressful, but you know what? We got the checkered flag, but now it's time to have a party. 4 big old BKT tires, and we only got to use 2. I'm all for it, man. On the nose, on the wheelie bar, on the sidewalls. It don't matter, man. It's all you guys are in charge now. JudgesZone.com. May the best man or the gal out here win. Let's have a party, baby. Let's go.
One more time, your racing winner, Cody Saucier in Dragon.
John Zimmer Jr. has been one to take the stage in this competition. You see him squaring up for attempt number 1. And he's earned himself the nickname of Combo King. We'll see today if he lets Hartford know exactly how he's earned that nickname. You see him testing out the dirt there, seeing if he gets the right bite that he wants for the setup and hopefully the payoff. And if you can believe it, that was just 1 attempt. Now that's why we call him the Combo King. You can see there together, he's strung multiple maneuvers together there to create that combo. That's no easy feat. And we see him kind of crab walking through that wide turn and a wide approach, but he's lining up for the pod. Always a mystery with John Zimmer Jr. Let's see what he's got though for attempt number 2. One tire!
Hartford, make some noise! John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity, scoring is open.
Man, it is no easy feat to go first in the pack, but John Zimmer Jr., man, that is what I would want to do if I had to go first. He lays down 2 crazy combos, and somebody needs to tell him, John, 2 tires is okay. You don't have to go on 1. BKT tire, absolute madness. We're going to have to rename the competition. John Zimmer Jr. pushing it to the edge, saying, you know what, 2 BKT tires, I'm going to take it to 1. Let's go ahead, though, and see the scores you all have locked in. Check it out, a solid score in 8.721. Right now, he leads the pack. That is the score to beat. Taking a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, tons of things that John Zimmer Jr. did really good in this run, but he's kind of got the difficulty of going first against him. Will he be able to hold on to that top score, walk away with the 8 points, or will someone else steal the stage? Remember these combos as you score the rest of the competition, and keep that in mind at judgeszone.com. Next up, he's off the rails. Make some noise for Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train. Trayton Robbins, a technically sound driver who rolls up his sleeves and fixes the truck when he's not on the track. You can tell that this approach is going to kind of be surgical precision right here. There you have it, a successful attempt number 1 for Trayton Robbins. You see that kind of Trayton Robbins style coming through in his run, which is clean, disciplined, tactful. He's thinking about it. There's no improvisation happening here for Trayton Robbins. So as he lines up for attempt number 2, let's see what he's got for the setup and the payoff. That little stop up to that ramp there is Trayton testing out the track. Up and over, back on 4 tires. He's going for a combo, Hartford.
It is that time to make some noise for Trayton in Crazy Train.
Trayton Robbins and Crazy Train said, Combo King who? I'm coming in, I'm stealing the nickname. Absolute madness, but there's so much control with that combo there. I mean, man, that is a tough one to score. Hopefully you've locked in those scores because that is a mean and gnarly run for Trayton Robbins and Crazy Train. We see him pull off those combinations, which one maneuver alone holds the difficulty to honestly not even be pulled off. So to string multiple together is absolutely insane. Let's check out those scores. You guys, we've got the results in. It is an 8.503. That's good enough for second place. And remember, Hartford, if you want to stay in the outcome of this competition, make sure you're locking in your scores. Let's take a look at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Some of the highlights from that run. You see such confidence. We talk about that clean execution we can always count on from Trayton Robbins and Crazy Train. A quality run indeed. Right now, good enough for second place. Don't be fooled by the glitter. Coming up next, it's Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Now, Logan Ashline, a fearless competitor. We've seen her really get smooth and improve here in the two-wheel skills competition. Let's check out some of that confidence behind the wheel here as she lines up for attempt number 1. You see there in that first attempt, not exactly the bite that she wants from those BKT tires. You see her kind of testing out that throttle, making sure she's got to get it to the exact right position to be able to launch the truck up. So we see her kind of take a refresh lap. She realigns herself. Let's see, is she going to attempt that move? Say, hang on a second. I know exactly what I want to show you, Hartford. Get ready. Attempt number 2.
Finish it off with a pony popper. It's Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Ladies and gentlemen, scoring is open.
Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. You see really the integrity of this driver as she comes around and says, no, hold on one more second. I'm going to shoot this again. Let me go for that maneuver. She gets that truck up on 2 BKT tires. You see there teetering the gravity of 12,000 pounds. And I don't think there's anywhere else you could see a unicorn do that than right here at Monster Jam. We've got the results locked in. Let's go ahead and take a look at that final score for Logan Ashline. She's got a 5.753 right now, a score good enough for 3rd place. Something else to consider too, Hartford, during this competition that is just honestly phenomenal is that each and every one of these drivers is dealing with pretty low visibility with their Hans and safety devices. They're unable to look to the right, to the left. Their visibility really is marked down to what they're able to see beneath their feet during maneuvers just like that. Next up, he's your JCB Racing winner. Make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon. Cody Saucier, Dragon, looking to ride the wave of momentum for the win into another. Let's see what he's got. All right, there you have it. Cody Saucier trying something new here, but if I know Cody, and I think I do, the second attempt might be something big. Keep up the momentum. He's going to have to throw down right here and right now. Could he be setting up? He's doing it. It's a bicycle.
Make some noise for the fire-breathing beast of Arena East. It's Cody Saucier in Dragon. JudgesZone.com, scoring is open.
You see there Cody Saucier with a confident first maneuver there for the first attempt, up and over the pod, and saves what could be the riskier move for that second attempt. Now that's some smart driving and course management out on the track, but Cody, maybe he knew he wasn't going to land on all 4 BKT tires, so chose to pull off this Monster Jam bicycle almost into a sidewall donut save, but just doesn't land on 4 BKT tires this time. But we'll see if that was okay. Was it enough? A 7.462. Right now, that score is good enough for 3rd place. Well, there you have it, halfway through the pack of our two-wheel skills competition, and we're moving our way through the St. Jude Ambassador of the event as well. So, as Dragon gets back on all 4 BKT tires, let's see where Cody Saucier stands in the competition. We're taking a look, and leading the pack right now, it's John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Cody Saucier, you can see at the top of the board here, he is in the game. But if you're just joining us now or haven't heard me talk about it just yet, tons of love for Dragon here. I want to see that up on this board. We are raising money with St. Jude to end childhood cancer, and today you can have a part in that. We're going to do a fun competitive layer, scan the QR code, pick a driver, and during freestyle, we'll crown one St. Jude ambassador of the event. But I think we could show some love to the Robbins brothers. We could show some love to El Toro Loco, MJ Solorio. So if you are an El Toro Loco fan, Plain Crazy fan, Crazy Train fan, get $1 in their name. Let's get them in the running as well. Next up, time to clear the waters. It's John Zimmer in Megalodon. John Zimmer and Megalodon, having made it to the finals in the JCB racing competition, knows this is a win or go home moment. Nice and square for attempt number one. Hartford, he shut the truck off. He's just showing off for you guys. He says, I think I'll park right here. I don't know anywhere else in the world you can see a 12,000-pound Megalodon shark balance on its nose. It's happening only here at Monster Jam. John Zimmer in Megalodon gets set for attempt number two. He's done it again, but this time he said, I'm throwing out the steering wheel too. Power, don't need it. Steering, don't need it.
Keaton, no power, no steering wheel, no problem for John Zimmer in Megalodon. If you liked all of those cool tricks, you got to get to judgeszone.com and score now.
Carlos, you said it. I don't know where else in the world you're going to find action like this, but we maybe see a little bit of that confidence coming through in this run for John Zimmer and Megalodon. He knew that he got to the finals, and if he keeps up the momentum, he could walk away with that overall event win. Just dusting off the dirt, nothing for John Zimmer. He is up against that score to beat, which is currently held by his son, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. It's a score of an 8.721. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is... Check him out, an 8.837. We have a new leader. Next up, she's blonde to the bone. Make some noise for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Kristen Anderson feels out the top of that track, and you see that kind of charge to the ramp. She's testing out the bite of the track. Let's check it out. Check her out. Kristen Anderson pulls off a really great move there for that first attempt. Hey, she kept it back up for BKT Tires.
Woo, what a close call. That's Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Monster Jam fans, the scoring is open.
Carlos, I think we're going to have to call our friend. Somebody's going to have to call Alphaba because somebody else is defying gravity here today, and it's Kristen Anderson. I don't think that should have happened by the law of physics, but I think the law of Gravedigger just outdoes it. Show her some love, Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, a gnarly second move with a wild save. Let's check out the results. You've locked in your scores. Let's see what it is. Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, it's an 8.424. Right now, that score is good enough for fourth place. Let's check this out on the Super Glue glued to the action replay one more time. You see this is our first attempt here. Absolutely teetering on the edge of destruction there. Climbing those tires up that ramp. Still in control. Back down. And of course, that crazy second maneuver absolutely defies gravity, up with so much force and momentum, saves it, able to land back on four tires. Absolute madness for Team Gravedigger. She takes fourth place as John Zimmer and Megalodon currently still with the score to beat. Next up, please fasten your seatbelts. Time to clear the tarmac. It's Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. There you have it, Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. He does not look like a fairly green driver out there. You can see that second generation blood coming through and the different styles from our drivers. You see that move composed, it's clean, it's effective. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 2. He's thrown the steering wheel out the window. No steering for Montana Robbins. Scoring is open. You see those ribbon boards turn red. Lock in your scores now at judgeszone.com for Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy. I think Monster Jam is the only place where we celebrate when the pilot throws the steering wheel out the window. I mean, absolute madness here from Plain Crazy and Montana Robbins, definitely gunning for that top spot. He's got his eyes on the prize, but let's go ahead and take a look at the results right here. It's an 8.582, a solid score. Right now, good enough for third place. Check it out on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Just some of those highlights from Montana Robbins. The control, the composure is absolutely one to watch. A masterclass from this very young driver on exactly how 12,000 pounds and 1,500 horsepower should be controlled here in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Next up, Monster Jam fans, he was on the track without second gear. In the nick of time, his crew rolled up their sleeves, took out a transmission, and put in a brand new one. He's rolling onto the track. Make some noise for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. For Team El Toro Loco, the victory starts right now. Getting that truck back out on the track in time for the competition for MJ to have a shot at the next 8 points. That right there is the victory. A big celebrating moment for the crew of El Toro Loco, as in just moments past, they were thrashing on that Monster Jam truck. Hartford, I think he's ready to go. All right, MJ, brand new transmission. Let's see what you got for us. Little showing off there. He waves to the crowd with those rear BKT tires, showing that control. Even up on 2 BKT tires, he says, I'm going to add a little flair. I'm going to add a little something to it. But one more attempt remains for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. It's going to need to be something big if he wants to take home those 8 points. Could he be lining up for potentially a Monster Jam bicycle? I don't know. This kind of looks like that approach. We don't typically see this from MJ Solorio. He's playing that game of risk and reward. Here comes the risk. Will there be a reward?
Monster Jam fans, scoring is open for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Get to judgeszone.com and lock in your scores.
A cinematic moment for MJ to return to the track and get his shot here in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. We see 2 successful maneuvers from there, and even something new from MJ Solorio, which just shows how bad he wants to be on top. But with your scores being locked in right now, we're going to find out what you think. MJ, we know you're tough on yourself. We know you are the harshest critic you got. So let's let the fans decide. We saw Megalodon take out El Toro Loco in the first round of JCB Racing, as we are faced with that rivalry here once again. MJ Solorio an 8.416. That means your winner of the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge is John Zimmer in Megalodon. John Zimmer in Megalodon will mark Hartford down in his pages to remember in the history book that is his career. He's snagged his first two-wheel win right here in People's Bank Arena. You saw him lay down the law, take out each and every one of our drivers, proving he absolutely has what it takes to knock up with these young guns here on the series. He's your Two-Wheel Skills winner, John Zimmer in Megalodon.
Well, check that out. throwing the steering wheel out the window, turning the truck off, navigating all of these craters, and you pulled off the win in the two-wheel skills challenge, and you're leading right now in the points. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good, you know. Two-wheel skills is a lot of fun. I'm an old dog that's trying to learn new tricks, and honestly, this Hartford dirt is like marshmallows, so it helps me because when a truck goes on its nose, it just kind of sinks in there. I can shut it off, get rid of the steering wheel, rip the hood off, and have fun with it. But first of all, I got to thank all you fans. I don't get on here much as I used to in the old days, but I've made a living out of this for 26 years and driven for 21. And the only reason I've been able to do that is because of you amazing fans spending your hard-earned money loving on us. My son does this for a living. I have an amazing team back in Michigan with Donna Caroland and the whole crew at Send It Motorsports, and we couldn't do any of it without you, and I love you guys.
He's leading the points. He's walking away with another win. John Zimmer, Megalodon.
We're gonna need to get nice and loud. I need your help as we welcome the 4 daredevils of freestyle motocross to the track. Make some noise for Brendan Reardon, Kenny Haskell, Seth Beaton, and Josh Hedford.
That's right, Keaton. This is the time in the event where we throw some of the most high-flying tricks across this pod. We've got 4 freestyle motocross superstars that are going to go around. They're going to do a couple of warm-up laps. They're going to test out the launch ramp, test out the dirt, make sure everything's good, and then they're going to go into their warm-up tricks. After that, that will lead us into the best trick competition where you, the fans, will decide who wins best trick. Up first, Brendan Reardon. Kenny Haskell. Seth Beaton. And Josh Hedford. One-handed Indy from Brendan Reardon. A couple more warm-up jumps left. Kenny Haskell with the bar hop. Seth Beaton, double grab, heart attack. Josh Hedford completely landed with no hands on the handlebars. Sideshow, that's the one. That's insane. One hand on the bike. Seth Beaton with the backflip. Throwing in a little flare, not to be outdone, Josh Hedford. Hartford's fans, have you guys enjoyed it so far? Well, it's about to get crazier because now it's time for the best trick competition. Each one of our riders will get one attempt to fly across this pod and try to earn the highest score at judgeszone.com. Riders, are you guys warmed up? Are you ready to go? Hartford, Are you warmed up, ready to go? Make some noise for the best trick competition.
Up first, make some noise from Worcester, Massachusetts. It's Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon, he's got over 24 years of riding experience. He's a 2017 ISDE gold medalist, and today he throws down on his Honda CRF 450.
Throwing it down with a rock solid, make some noise, Brendan Reardon. Scoring is open.
Well, I always say this, but the rider who goes first has one of the toughest jobs there is. You see Brendan Reardon, though, fearlessly pulling off that rock solid, and we have got your scores officially locked at judgeszone.com. Hopefully you locked it in. It's an 8.098 for Brendan Reardon, and that right now is the score to beat. Next up, he's from Haverhill, Massachusetts. Make some noise for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell's been riding since the age of just 5 years old. He raced motocross, he's rode overseas in Japan, in Singapore, in Argentina, and even Brazil. And he's been riding with the Monster Jam family since 2014. Off the track, he's a dad to 2 young boys, and today throws down on his Yamaha YZ 252 stroke.
Kenny Haskell with the backflip. Hartford scoring is open.
Now, I know we've got the best in the business, but these guys are out here making this look easy. I know it is not, but Kenny Haskell's got that way of kind of slowing down time, quite literally, in the middle of the air. Absolute madness. But we've got your scores officially locked in, so let's take a look at the results. Brendan Reardon still with that score to beat. It's an 8.098. The score for Kenny Haskell is... Check it out, a new leader, an 8.998. Kenny Haskell takes to the lead with the new score to beat. Up next, make some noise for Seth Beaton. Seth Beaton is from Templeton, Massachusetts, and he has been riding for over 11 years. He's a 5-time Best Whip winner, and he's throwing down here today in Monster Jam, looking to take that title home of Best Trick winner. Will he be able to take the lead and knock out his good friend and competitor, Kenny Haskell? It's Seth Beaton.
One more time, Seth Beaton. Throwing down an indie flip for you guys at judgeszone.com. Scoring is open.
There you have it. Seth Beaton turning up the heat in the competition. He wants that win. He is up against that score to beat right now, held by Kenny Haskell. It's a score of an 8.998. The score for Seth Beaton is... Hartford, you done it again. We've got a brand new leader, a 9.739. That is going to be the new score to beat. Only one rider remains. Put your hands together for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford is from Asheville, North Carolina, and he has competed in Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 7 years, and today he's throwing down on his Kawasaki 450.
One more time, Josh Hedford. Judgeszone.com, judgeszone.com, super flip. What did you think of it? Judgeszone.com.
There you have it. Josh Hedford, who took the win in this competition yesterday, looking to go back-to-back for sure. He's up against that score to beat, held by Seth Beaton. It's a 9.739. The score for Josh Hartford is... It's a 9.537. So close, but that means your winner of the best trick competition is Seth Beaton.
A big congratulations to Seth. We'll talk to him in a little bit, but now it's time for the FMX Grand Finale. Here's the way it's gonna work. These guys are gonna drive around, they're gonna line up, and they're gonna fly across this pod, back to back to back to back. Hartford, that was round number 1. They're turning around. We're going to do it again. Two riders in the tunnel, two riders on the track. Here we go. Hartford, let them fly. We got time for one more. People's Bank Arena. Repeat it with me. One more time. One more time. And those are the Freestyle Motocross Superstars. Brendan Reardon, Kenny Haskell, Josh Hartford, and your winner, Seth Beaton. I'm here with your winner of the best trick competition. I was joking with you earlier. That's 2 out of 3. I'd say you won the weekend. How does that feel?
Hometown, pretty much Massachusetts, born and raised. So I had to bring it to Josh.
You got some supporters already in the stands. What was that move that you pulled off at the end, and how did you decide to do that one in this competition?
It's called an indie flip, and it's one of my go-tos when I know Josh is going to bring something a little heavier to the table.
And it worked for you this time. I know you've got some fans in the stands, so make some noise. Seth Beaton. Hartford, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. Conductor arms in the air for Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Ribbon boards are red, score now.
Triton Robbins absolutely tearing up that freestyle track right out of the gate too. First truck, and he says, let me show all of Hartford exactly what freestyle's all about. We see some really good things in that freestyle run. He fills the entire freestyle clock. He takes advantage of multiple obstacles out on the track. And man, oh man, it's your job to score it all. So we've got the results. Let's check it out. The score for Triton Robbins and Crazy Train, a 7.900. That is going to be the score to beat. Check out some of those highlights on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay. Somebody needs to tell Triton that the Crazy Train is not the one with the wings. He's got some major big air during that run. You see him set up nice and confident on the approach to those big air moments. And again, in typical Triton Robbins fashion, comes back down with that flow right into the next move. There you have it. The first run done is 7.900. That's going to be the score to beat. Hartford, remember, if you haven't scored, it's never too late to join. This is your final opportunity. Head on over to judgeszone.com. Next up, this aircraft is equipped with 1,500 horsepower. And one crazy pilot, it's Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy.
Flying high with a crazy ride, it's Montana Robbins, Plain Crazy. Score now.
Well, a little brother rivalry right here in freestyle. Montana said, hey, Triton, I saw how high you went. Let me go higher. I think that's the biggest error we've seen throughout the entire event from Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy. I mean, absolute madness, almost touching that big video board up on the top. And I know he's pushing that truck to the edge in hopes of your scores. He's up against that score to be held by his older brother, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. It's a score of a 7.900. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is... Check it out, a new leader, an 8.003. That is going to be the new score to beat. I'm really hoping here on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay, we've got some of those big air moments from Montana Robbins. Check this out. Not only is a confident approach, in this one he nearly clears the pod, but I think we saw him potentially almost reach that People's Bank Arena board. Absolute madness, and of course, so fitting for the Plain Crazy truck to nearly reach 10,000 feet right here in People's Bank Arena. Just 2 trucks have laid down their pass and, of course, their final attempt at earning scores and points from you all right here. Next to the track, don't be fooled by the glitter. It's Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash.
It's time to party, make some noise. Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. JudgesZone.com, less than 20 seconds to get those scores locked in.
Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash, absolutely doing what she does best. Nothing quite tops that moment than when Sparkle Smash comes out for freestyle and lets everybody know she is here to party. And with that freestyle run, it's definitely cause for celebration. We see Logan Ashline heavy on that throttle, a fearless approach to the pod. We see her take advantage of multiple obstacles out on that track. And of course, it's all for your scores. So let's check and see the results for Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. A 7.811 right now in freestyle. That's good enough for 3rd place. And we see Logan Ashline as we move on throughout the competition, maybe not walking away with this freestyle win. But let's check on a different leaderboard. Let's tune in to the St. Jude ambassador of the event. This is it, Hartford. This is the moment. Hey, Logan Ashline, she may not have gotten that freestyle win, but let's give a big round of applause for Sparkle Smash. She's walking away the St. Jude ambassador of the event. I know those victories are sweet out on the track, but I know this victory means the most to our Monster Jam drivers. There she is. She's happy about that. And that's the 2nd time here this weekend that Logan Ashline has walked away the St. Jude ambassador of the event. She is well on her way and in the top contenders to be the 2026 St. Jude ambassador of the year out of all of the series and all of the drivers. So you today, you not only helped Logan Ashline, but even if you donated to another driver, you've helped them in the whole year running. And most importantly, we want to thank you so much for everyone who's made a donation, no matter how big or small, because you've made the most important impact here today with us in St. Jude. Remember, it's never too late to donate and make a difference. Scan that QR code now, and let's end childhood cancer. Next up, he took out the rest of the pack in the JCB racing competition. Will he do the same in freestyle? Make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon.
Hartford. How did you like that run? Cody Saucier, Dragon, throwing it down in freestyle. Scoring is open.
Cody Saucier pulling off the Morgan & Morgan backflip in typical Cody Saucier fashion, which is as fast as could be. He set out to that track, absolutely defining the arena, making a statement, and looking to write his story. Cody Saucier taking no shortcuts in that freestyle run. We had two-wheel moves, we had a save, we had a Morgan & Morgan backflip. I don't know what you could ask for, but he is up against that score to beat, held by Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy. It's an 8.003. The score for Cody Saucier in Dragon is a 9.429. We have a new leader.
Monster Jam fans, it's time to put your hands together. Raise your voices for MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco!
Some noise, MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Capping off the run with a bicycle. Shout out to the new moves, high risk, high reward. Scoring is open.
MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco, you see him not wasting a second, fighting to that final moment to push that truck to the ragged edge. We see him fill every second in that freestyle run with speed, no shortcuts, and he knows exactly what's on the line. We've got your scores officially locked in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results for MJ Solorio and El Toro Loco. A solid score. It's an 8.549. That's good enough for second place. You can really see the integrity of all of our superstars come into play right down to the final moment. They know that these last points are crucial to claim if they want a chance of walking away with that overall event win. Speaking of, he took the overall last night. It's John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
You got big air, I got more. You got a bicycle, I got one better. John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. Scoring is open.
John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. You see him making my words very true. Not a second wasted in that freestyle run. That is a solid run. Now let's look at the scores. You guys have locked it in. Let's take a look at the results for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity here in the freestyle competition. All right, not bad, a 9.153. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Let's take a look at some of those highlights and the super glued to the action replay. This freestyle is no shortage of big air, but to get that big air, land it, keep it, take it into a two-wheel maneuver, man, that has got to take some skill. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, looking to put style in the freestyle competition, ending that run with this crazy bicycle into typical John Zimmer Jr. fashion, a sidewall save. Just 2 trucks left to go in freestyle. It's Cody Saucier in Dragon hangs on to that top spot with a score of a 9.429. He took the win in the two-wheel skills challenge. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon.
Hartford, make some noise! John Zimmer, Megalodon!
If you complete a freestyle run and not one, not two, but 3 of your competitors come to the track to applaud that work, man, oh man, that is something that doesn't happen all the time. Well, this is Monster Jam Hartford. John Zimmer, 21st season, proving exactly why he deserves to run with these rookies. Check it out. Let's see the scores. He's up against the score to beat right now, held by Cody Saucier in Dragon. It's a 9.429. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is... It's enough, a 9.474. We have a new leader. If there was ever a doubt in anyone's mind, it has just completely been abolished. The truck is in pieces, one of the craziest freestyle runs we've seen from John Zimmer so far. In Hartford, the energy you bring to this arena is responsible for the crazy moves he throws down, because he's doing it just for you Monster Jam fans. He has got his eyes on the prize and wants to make sure this event is one you don't forget. You see those highlights on the Super Glue. Glued to the action, some crazy moments, and certainly a tough act to follow. But I know one woman for the job. That's right, Hartford. Keep up the volume for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise. Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. Ribbon boards are red. Lock in your scores.
Kristen Anderson ending a freestyle run in one of my favorite ways to see it, with some donuts out on the track in a freestyle. That little celebratory moment there for a very successful run. Again, we see her not waste a second of that run out on that track. She takes to it and has her eyes on the prize. She keeps her options open. She manages that track, and it's all in hopes of walking away with those 8 points. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results for Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. A solid score of an 8.499. That means your winner of the freestyle competition and your overall event champion is John Zimmer in Megalodon. What a day to remember for John Zimmer and Megalodon, as he has taken home his first two-wheel win of the season. And, of course, a freestyle win number 10. As he brings home these accolades, making milestones even in his 21st season. It's his overall event win number 1. Check it out, so many firsts. The first two-wheel win, the first freestyle win, and the first overall event win. 3 firsts right here for you, Hartford. John Zimmer in Megalodon. No other sport than this one right here will you see the camaraderie of a 21 season vet shaking hands with some of the new players in the game. 3 firsts, 1 overall. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon.
Just take that in. That's absolutely insane. Okay, just look around. Everybody is out here for a reason. That was insane, and nobody knew you were about to do that. What is going through your mind right now?
Honestly, man, I just truly have fun. A lot of times I go out and I don't think about much. I just enjoy the fact that the fans have let me live this for 21 years. Now I do it with my son, and I truly love watching his success. But today kind of laid out where one of my best friends and I were in the finals. Skills, I got to win, and I said, I think it's time to teach this youngin' I can drive.
Hartford, did he teach these youngins? When you knew that you were lining up for this type of freestyle and you were going to hit I don't even remember the last time that I saw that happen. What were you thinking?
Honestly, when I went to go out, I said to myself, nah, I won't flip tonight. And then Cody just laid down the most gangster, went at it crooked, and it just landed. And I said, well, I guess I need to do it too. So, man, I got to truly say thank you guys for supporting my livelihood for so long. My son and I want to thank North Star Ranch, number one, Don Doty and Carol Ann. They invested in us about 3 years ago. I can't tell you how much they mean to us, my family, and most of all, my son, man. I love you.
Hey, Johnny, come over here. We got to get your reaction. I got to at least ask you. Oh, just make some noise. John Zimmer in Megalodon.
A big congratulations to John Zimmer in Megalodon, who walks away with that overall event win. Hartford is going down in the history books, and even so far in round 37 in the season, we can be celebrating big wins and firsts right here like we did for Team Megalodon and John Zimmer. A big congratulations as he adds those points to his score and is that much closer to that automatic bid to the winner of the series, to Monster Jam World Finals 25, happening in Salt Lake City, Utah for the second time, 4th of July weekend. Whether you tuned in to the live stream or joined us live right here in People's Bank Arena, we want to thank you so much for spending your Sunday here with us at Monster Jam. We couldn't have done it without you. But on your way out, make sure you stop by the Monster Jam merchandise stands, pick up the latest Spin Master diecast trucks, and something to remember this action-packed event day. But on behalf of my entire team, we want to thank you all for coming out to Monster Jam. On behalf of my co-host, Carlos Sparks, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.